over the Kendrick Drake beef. Kendrick won. I'm done. I am with you on that. I think many of us were with you on that, Mimi. Again, we wanted to be taken out this chat a while ago. Okay, just a while ago, and it seems as though things keep happening, things keep coming up, which is why this beef that once was, pretty thick, that to me has subsided quite a bit. This is why it continues on, though, because as we've seen, Kendrick Lamar, he keeps moving forward. He's very strategic in all of his ways. And so anytime we see Kendrick Lamar experiencing anything good,
pushing the
of course,
culture is
they're going to
not
be
the
playing
same
that like
thing
a,
as
of course, that's
extending a
considered
beef.
an anthem right now.
What up,
It's going
Atala?
to continue on. Now,
What up?
Drake, in my opinion, is
What
the one who is
uppers? Everybody get
inserting
in here. Hit the
himself
like button, hit the like button, hit the
continuously.
like button.
I think he had an
Let's
opportunity
get
to
the
just sort of sit
algorithm
out
popping.
for a while. It doesn't seem like he's
Hey,
doing
when
that, and I
Robin
think
is
that's
at
more so the
home, I get to
problem.
get
But
in here and
totally
take
feel
my
you on that.
time and
But he
wipe
does say,
everything
I feel like
down.
Kendrick Lamar allowed
I'm ready to
others to
go.
monetize on his song, contributed to his success, and Drake will lose legal
Enzinga.
battle.
Good
The legal
evening.
battle too. That
Shout
probably
out to
does have
Nikki
a
from the
significant
SIP.
amount to
This is
do with it
Nikki's
because
topic. This is her
there was
first
that. There was
topic
originally
suggestion.
he was
Women
I don't
with
know who
big
was
dick
behind it. I don't know
energy,
if it was Drake or not, but they were asking
i.e.,
him to
assertiveness.
not make his song
Wow. Everybody
available
hit the
to
like
like the
button, hit the
lead
like button,
song
hit the like
that
button.
other
You know
contributors
the rules. Support
could
the channel in the best way you know
monetize the
how. One of
song.
the ways is hitting
But
the
he
like
did.
button.
He lifted
Another
that,
way
and that
is
was a big
sharing
deal.
it.
So that, and
Another
this is
way is
all Drake is doing, or
commenting.
excuse me,
Another
Kendrick
way
Lamar is
is
doing. By the
calling
way,
in
Kendrick
and
Lamar
sharing
is
your
putting people on.
perspective,
Kendrick Lamar is
right?
putting people in the
Another way is
opportunity.
using the super chat, which is
He's
down
giving
at the
them an
bottom
opportunity to
of the
sort of
chat. It's that little
join,
dollar
sort of
sign at the
sit
bottom
next
of
to
the
him,
chat.
or
You can support the channel that way,
succeed with him,
or
and it's
you
a
can
great
send your
time.
support
It's a great time
directly
for that,
to
and I don't
me.
see many people who
So I
are
don't have
doing
to wait
what
until next
Kendrick is
month.
doing right
You
now.
can
As a matter
hit
of fact,
my
off of
Cash
his
App. My
newest
Cash App is
album,
dollar
he's
sign
got
Zo What
several artists.
Netter. So there are multiple
I can't name
ways to
exactly
support
how
the
many, but
channel,
I
and
know
I'm
he's got
asking you
several
guys to
artists who
participate
many
in as
don't know
many
but
of
he's giving
them
them an opportunity to
that
be on
are
his
comfortable
album,
for you to
to
do.
chart in different songs. So
You under dig?
Kendrick is kind of that guy right now, and so I give him nothing but pure props for this. Andy says that it was great for hip hop. Yeah, I get you. So what happened? And he's not wrong about that. What happened between Drake and
Today's show
Kendrick
was fire.
Lamar
Did you
was
guys tap into the
absolutely
Zo
great
What
for hip
morning
hop.
show
It
today?
absolutely was. Um, they Not Like Us should be a black anthem. I feel like it already is, Morris. I feel like it could
Zo
already be
What
considered that.
Netter Omar
Um,
Williams.
so you guys, let's see what you say over inside of our
Dollar
YouTube chat.
sign
Oh,
Zo
okay. A
What
good amount of you.
Netter.
A good amount of you think
Z O
that
W H A T
Kamala
N
Harris
E T
should
E
consider
R.
running for
Zo
president again,
What
or that she'll have
Netter.
a good shot at it if she does
So
run.
who
So,
is your
um,
top five? My
what,
top five
I'm
what?
with that. I like it. I like it. Forrest Harrison says, I got another check for Ms. Harris. Okay, so you
Saw your
donated.
show
Good for you.
earlier. Thank you.
I like that. If Trump leaves us, or
About to shout
leaves
out to
the
Zo.
U.S.
Big shout out to
country,
Zo.
and Trump
Thank
leaves,
you, Jack
you're saying,
Brazen.
that's when she will have another opportunity. Well, Trump
Here we go. We about to go.
not going to be able to run. Um, I think Kamala Harris has got.
Now I just wanted to make sure, brother.
Chance. Yes, go for it, Kamala Harris.
Hit that like button. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hit that like button. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Okay, I see what you guys are saying. I guess all in all, we say go ahead and go for it, Kamala Harris. Go ahead and go for it. By the way, Mike Tyson is out here making money still. Remember, he walked away from that fight, the Jake Paul fight, with $20 million. He is now being offered a couple of times $250,000 for an adult film website, as well as a $125,000 hosting gig for a Christmas party. And he's only being asked. He's being offered this money because he's being asked to participate while wearing his backside out. Remember, the camera caught him with his cheeks out right before his fight. And so people are trying to monetize off of that.
They trying to buck break him. No, man, don't do that.
Well, anyway, Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, he is up next. He's got a fire show for you guys because that is how he gets down. I truly appreciate you, Raw Squad, always for hanging in there with me, engaging with me and each other. Truly appreciate that. Remember, tomorrow and Wednesday, you will have Keith Underwood, who is holding it down for me. I appreciate all of you. I will be back in studio next Monday, and I'm looking forward to it. Please enjoy your Thanksgiving, enjoy your holiday and your family. My name is Robin Ayers, and remember today and every single day forward to be a blessing.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
Uh, uh, uh.
Amber Piggy with 4 things you should know from BIN News.
What up, y'all?
Rapper and producer Kanye West is facing another lawsuit
Are we
accusing him of
ready?
sexual misconduct. This time it's from America's
And
Next Top
ladies,
contestant.
call in. This your
Accusing the rapper
topic.
of sexual assault and
Sister
humiliation
Nikki
during
from the
his
SIP.
The New Orleans
Brothers,
City
I
Council
want to hear
approved
from
the
y'all
Mayor
too.
Latoya Cantrell's
This is your
$1.7
topic
billion
as
budget
well.
for next year,
Nikki
adding
from
a
the SIP
$69
created
billion
this.
amendment for
We need to
homeless
have
schools,
open,
police,
honest
and more.
discussion.
The
I
Michigan
want to
Board of
talk
State
to everybody,
Canvassers has
all right?
certified the 2024 general election
I'm doing a lot of
results. The
heavy
Secretary of State's
lifting,
office
all
says the
right?
voter turnout set a record
I'm doing a
for
lot of
5.7
heavy
million
lifting. Y'all got to
votes
lift
cast.
it with me.
President-elect
So
Donald Trump won the
moderators,
state
please
by
put the phone number
79,830
in the
votes over Vice
chat
President Kamala Harris.
so people can call in.
And families are essentially paying rent twice for the
1-800-920-1580.
cost of childcare. The Labor Department says parents are spending up to
$1-800-920-1580.
$15,000 or more for full daycare per child. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 at BINnews.com.
1-800-920-1580.
A stalled big rig 605 southbound before Rose Hills, blocking the second lane from the right, and that's
Oh, it's your homegirl's topic. It's all good. Call me now. Everybody call me now. 1-800-920-1580. Let's make sure that our brother Andy has a busy night with phone calls. Look at Andy. He like, what the hell? My spidey senses never disappoint. What's going on? What happened, Attila? What's Mac and Suge Mac 510? Andy like, damn it. Like it and share it. Push this, man. Let's get the algorithm cracking. Let's go.
Visit luma-edu.com. This message is brought to you by Amgen and AstraZeneca.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at KBLA 1580.
Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews, stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers.
Let's go. Like it up.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580.
Meek is the night. What up?
Hey, so I'm calling your show, cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hit his side of the story. So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, and I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
is very intelligent. Certainly academically, and in most other ways too. She studied classics at Oxford, got in a year early despite struggling with her English as she's French. She's competed in national French literature and ancient Greek competitions, achieved a 19 out of 20 in her maths baccalaureate when it was exceptionally rare to do so. I mean, one of her close friends got an 18 out of 20 and then ended up doing a master's in physics at Cambridge. I mean, Isabel's dad was one of France's leading maths professors. Her mum has 5 degrees. But here's the thing. The only thing I found unattractive about Isabel when I first met her was that she was more intelligent than me. And I didn't tell her or anyone at the time that I felt this way. Men are intimidated by highly intelligent women, and we don't like to admit it. According to a 2015 academic study called Distance Makes the Heart Grow Fonder, men showed less attraction towards women who outsmarted them. Isabel was the only girl I got to know fairly well that didn't seem to admire my intelligence. You know, I'd like to have had a bit of subliminal intellectual admiration for my life partner, be that knight in shining armor. So when I tell her going on holiday to Japan, she'd respond, "Oh, darling, what a wonderful, intelligent choice you've made. You're so wise." But Isabel was not going to give me any of that. It was Isabel's stepfather, an ex-Oxford Don, who once essentially described Isabel's mother in glowing terms with a heavy emphasis on her intelligence, which induced in me a paradigm shift. I began to think for the first time that perhaps I was seeing this the wrong way. Perhaps Isabel's intelligence could actually, possibly, be a positive. Now, a few years later, we were married, and I've really come to realize that the advantages of a super smart partner infinitely outweigh their disadvantages. So let me tell you a few. First is that, we have intelligent discussions on a day-to-day.
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR is Monday. I'm back in the building with another fire topic. This one was submitted to us by Nikki from the SIP. She tells us that this is not her topic. This is a topic that was given to her by a friend of hers who wanted us to break this down. Now, tonight's topic, does your woman suffer or thrive in BDE? Instead of saying the whole D word, we'll just say ick. Big ick energy. Big ick energy or big deterrent. Why men fear women who own the room. This topic is quite apropos for today's times that we are living in, right? Because that has been part of the narrative created for why Kamala wasn't elected the first African-American / Asian woman to be president of the United States. Why are women with BDE seen as a challenge rather than a partner in relationship? Does society condition men to view powerful women as competition instead of collaborators? 1-800-920-1580. I want to know your thoughts on this. How the masculinity crisis fuels is there I guess that's a whole nother topic. Is there a masculinity crisis? I'd like to know. Call in tonight. 1-800-920-1580. How the masculinity crisis fuels resistance to strong, assertive women. The double standard of power. When alpha men praise confidence but punish assertive women. Ooh, we gonna have some people upset tonight, I guess. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Get ready. Shout out to TD Jakes, man. We praying for you, brother. I don't care what they said about you. Nobody wants to see a man have a stroke or some kind of illness live on television. I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. So, it's up for God to judge you, not me. I'm not gonna look at that and cheer like some of our people do, but I digress. Why do men idolize dominance in themselves but demonize it in women? Eesh. How might so-called toxic masculinity undermine the growth of equitable relationships? Are men truly attracted to strong women, or do they secretly crave subservience? Ugh. Ugh. I feel like I want to read that one again. Are men truly attracted to strong women, or do they secretly crave subservience? Let's go even deeper. Let's go even deeper. Do men want a yes man in their woman? They merely just want a cheerleader. Because if you're intimidated by her intelligence, you clearly don't want her to be smarter than you. And if she's not at least as smart as you, how can she help correct you? When she's the closest person to you, she should be able to pull you by your coattails and pull you to the side, right? And be able to up-level you on some levels. And then, people in our chat are saying some do. Yes, we already know that. But the narrative that's being pushed as one of the main reasons for why Kamala did not win was because men are not ready for a woman of any race to be the president of the United States. So, are y'all listening? Are men truly attracted to strong women, or do they secretly crave subservience? From boss bae to bedmate. Do men really know how to handle a CEO at home? Ugh. Are y'all ready for tonight's topic? I'm quite interested. Can modern men turn off their need for control when dating high-achieving women? 1-800-920-15. Why emotional intelligence is the secret weapon men need to support assertive women. Ugh. Is societal conditioning sabotaging intimacy and career-driven women? That's a powerful question. Is societal conditioning sabotaging intimacy with career-driven women? Is BDE a socially transmitted disease among women, or a revolutionary awakening? Woo! Who's ready to have this conversation? Should she follow his lead at every turn? What qualifies him to be able to do that? To earn such leadership? Why is women's empowerment so threatening to patriarchal norms? How labeling BDE as aggressive undermines women's right to self-expression. Are y'all with? This is going to be interesting. I see the phone lines are... Softness as a privilege. Why assertive women are denied vulnerability in relationships. Oh, I got so many questions. Competing or connecting. Why men destroy what they once loved about strong women. Are you ready for tonight's topic? The voice of reason is on fire. Does your woman have a sexually or societally transmitted disease known as BDE? Big ick energy. I want to know. We got questions. We got callers. When we come forward, we're going to get to all of it. Bang, bang. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, y'all. Let's get active. Can we get active? Come on. Get to your phone lines. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. Let's talk. Big ick energy. Greetings and blessings, my brother. Big Duck. Ah! Great setup. Cool. Let's all get on the phone lines. Go to my Cash App, $ Zowhatnetter. Come on, y'all. Support your brother. Support your brother, please. Go there to my Cash App. True pineapples. What the? I want to hear from the brothers. Can you deal with an assertive woman? Brothers, get on the phone line. Bowling ball headed. Hey, hell no. Hey, Miss Pew girl. All right, I got you. Hey, bowling ball head. Hey. That was genius. Bowling ball head energy is crazy. Woo! I like that.
Quality of intelligence. That intelligence is denied when you are conforming to a pattern.
Ooh.
Laid down by the gurus by doesn't matter who, some idiotic person. Or conforming, imitating.
Wait, stop right there. Bring it back to the top. Did you hear what he said? You can't be intelligent if you're always conforming to a pattern. Well, gender roles are a pattern, right? And if the gender role is misconstrued or misinterpreted, as the men must be the leader of all things in the relationship, right? The leader of intelligence. In other words, the woman must lean on the man for wisdom, knowledge, insight, direction. So what is Krishnamurti saying? Krishnamurti is saying intelligence, he said the highest form of it is to be able to observe without judgment, right? Are men misconstruing what the gender roles actually mean? Are we just looking at the societal pattern of women and holding them to that? Just be nurturing, just be a mama, just be barefoot, just cook. You got to know the seasoning ratios. Right? Is that what we're holding women to? Or women as human beings, deserve every right to be as intelligent as men, and even more so if they cultivate it, right? I want you guys to listen to how he sets it up when he's talking about intelligence. I believe women deserve to be as intelligent as they can cultivate. If they can cultivate super genius status. If my daughter could do it, why would I stand in her way? Would I then tell her, you're not going to be able to find a man because you're going to intimidate him because you're too smart? Listen, play it again.
One must have the quality of intelligence. But intelligence is denied when you are conforming to a pattern laid down by the gurus, by doesn't matter who, some idiotic person. Or conforming, imitating, following. Therefore there is.
Because sometimes Krishnamurti could be too much. He's like philosophical cheesecake. You can only take a couple bites. You can't eat a whole slice of Krishnamurti. But did you hear what he said about conforming? And I hear people in the chat talking about, yes, there are some people who want to be trad wives, traditional wives, until they live that life and then they want to jump out the window. Right? Do you understand? A trad wife, a traditional wife, anything that is traditional is a pattern. Tradition is just a euphemism for pattern. This is what we've traditionally done. Tradition is the known. Are men trying to keep women back because they fear the unknown and they miss the old times where the woman was like a lapdog who followed after him and needed him for everything? Have men been conditioned to be a type of narcissist where validation and approval is constantly poured onto you because of your resources, your protection, your provision, your presence? Very interesting stuff tonight. In an era where traditional gender roles are increasingly challenged, the concept of BDE, big ick energy, right, in women characterized by assertiveness, confidence, and decisiveness has sparked debates about power, identity, and relationships. The paradoxical attraction to and fear of women embodying such traits often reflects deeply ingrained societal constructs, unresolved personal trauma, and the absence of emotional attunement. Through the lens of psychology, spirituality, and relational dynamics, on tonight's topic, we're going to explore how some women with BDE can thrive in relationships while addressing the societal and emotional complexities men and women face in navigating these dynamics. I know a lot of men don't want to talk about their wounds tonight, but we'll see. The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580. Let's get Cynthia from Mississippi in here. I believe Cynthia is the author of tonight's topic. Can we talk about it? Cynthia.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi.
how are you? Welcome to the show.
Thank you all for having me.
Why did you create this topic, Cynthia? You know men are going to be jumping through the roof because you done pulled this out. What's going on?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. I'm excited. Nikki talks about you guys all the time, and she loves you, so by default I have to. Here's the thing. I had an experience where a gentleman whom I was not talking to, actually I brought a girl to visit him I gave them a distance of 3 to 6 feet so they could have their discussion. And because I was quiet on my phone and just not listening to their conversation, he accused me of having ick energy.
Really?
And then he went on to try to berate me because I was calm and confident, as I know. I've been that since I was 5 years old. I didn't know that's what it was, but I've been that all my life. And so it just, initially I'm able to overlook it, but this particular time, because honestly I was tired, because I am a business owner and I do have a full-time job and I do have life that happens. I just wasn't feeling it that day, so I gave him what he was looking for. It's like when you swat at a wasp, you can't be mad when you swat at the wasp and get the stinger.
Ooh.
He got the stinger that day.
Mm-hmm.
Intentionally.
Wait, but you brought it, like, I don't want to say this and I don't want to be like me. You brought him a woman for him to get to know? Let's get back to...
No, I dropped him off. My girlfriend was dating him, or they're socializing. I have no idea. But she asked me for a ride, and I'm going to be honest, to the Kroger, the grocery store. Mm-hmm. I'm not judging. I dropped her off at the grocery store. When he came out in the apron, and he works in the grocery, I guess he works in produce. I have no idea. But I was just dropping her off. I was not a part of their conversation. Mm-hmm. I was in the capacity of friendship. Mm-hmm. But when he said that to me, I just had enough, because I worked very hard on trying to be confident for me, not to exude that I feel like I'm more than anyone, but I don't say anything that I don't mean, and I give people their space.
So Cynthia,
yes.
In a way, you did pop off on him.
I let him have it. I'm not going to even lie. I let him have it because he didn't know me and I wasn't a part of the conversation. But if you're going to bring me in, you're going to attack me by me, I'm going to give you what you're looking for. Yeah. And I realized he was a little person. It's hard to be big. You want to be big, but you can't be big when little got you. I'm sorry. Little's got you. You can't be big. There's nothing I can do. I am Nikki's good friend, but I'm going to tell you something between me and Nikki. Nikki is the wordsmith. I feel the emotion first. You give me a minute, I'm going to circle around to it. But initially, it depends on how you approach me. I'm not going to have that let me calmly tell you barrier. I match energy. So whatever energy you give me, that's what I give you back. Because some people don't learn the lesson unless they get that. That doesn't mean that I am trying to walk around and be a man. But, and I think that the ick energy is about being calm. You're just confident. I'm calm and I'm confident. And I'm quiet really with people that I don't know.
Okay.
Because I have to see who you are.
Stay with me, Cynthia. Stay with me. Don't leave. First thing I need to know, real quick. Oh, Lord. She said he was little. First thing I need to know is, what's your birthday, real quick?
April 25th.
Okay, Taurus, here we go. When we come forward, oh my goodness, we're going to continue this conversation with Cynthia from Mississippi. Taurus, Taurus heat in the building. Here we go. Taurus is up in here wilding already. I might be Gemini, but let me just tell you, I got 5 placements, 5 planetary placements in Taurus, including my moon. And I'm born on the Taurus-Gemini cusp. Don't mix a Taurus and a Gemini together. God damn. Nah, I'm not y'all. No, I'm Gemini. Don't get it twisted. That was diabolical, Attila. So you us. No. Attila crazy. So you us, huh? No, I'm not. I'm Gemini. Full-fledged Gemini. So you 2 of us. Maybe. That's funny. So you two of us. Ah, that's funny. Where the brothers at? Brothers, call in. Where my brothers at? Y'all calling in tonight? Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the share button. Like it, like it, like it. And Zenga, call in. I think my Mars is Aquarius. It's Aquarius or Taurus, one of the two. Yeah, Mars is communicate. No, Mars is action. Mercury is communication. I need y'all to call in, man. Are y'all calling or no? Damn it! John Gilbreth. Damn it. Thank you, brother. What in the world? I see you, Attila. I can see you. Thank you. Everybody, please hit the like button for John Gilbreth's support of the channel. Everybody, come on, man. Attila, do not curse. Everybody should hit the like button. There should be no reason why we couldn't hit the like button. That man just dropped a C note on the channel, man. That man just dropped a C note on the channel. Everybody, just please, everybody hit the like button. It's free to say thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Damn. That's big time, man. Pastor John, man, we appreciate that. Damn. Thank you, brother. Vanetta Colbert. Thank you for coming to the studio today. Vanetta Colbert was at the Zoe What Morning Show today. She was in there chilling, laughing, talking. It was great. It was great seeing her. We appreciate you, Vanetta. Nzinga, I need you to stop. Nzinga crazy. Nzinga, it ain't nothing but love. It ain't nothing but love.
a type of backhanded compliment. It's also a form of manipulation, and it's often the earliest red flag you'll encounter with a new person. Today, we're taking a deep dive into this manipulative tactic that's so popular in the pickup artist community and among narcissists. And yes, there's definitely some crossover. Let's get to it. Welcome to the Common Ego community, where we talk about all kinds of manipulation tactics. So if you like this video, you might want to consider subscribing. Today we're talking about a tactic that you all know very well, but you may not have had a name for it. The name is negging, and you could also call it a backhanded compliment, but it's a backhanded compliment that's specifically disguised as flirting. It's usually used as a conversation starter that at the same time takes a jab at the other person's confidence. And that may sound so off to some of you, like how is insulting someone considered flirting? Well, it follows the same misguided ideology as telling a little girl who's being bullied by a boy on the playground that he's flirting and deep down really likes her. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but we probably shouldn't teach kids to associate abuse and affection together. Because both the girl and the boy may grow up thinking that things like negging and other manipulative tactics are a good idea. So is everyone who does it a raging narcissist? Well, no, but you can tell a lot about a person by how they communicate, especially early on. So someone may actually use the negging tactic for a variety of reasons, and I want to quickly touch on a few of them. First, someone may use negging to stand out. You know, everyone compliments an attractive person. Not everyone has the nerve to insult them. They may also do it as a show of confidence. Imagine how confident you must be to insult someone to their face. That was sarcasm. It's actually not really confident.
Cynthia, I gotta get you back in here. Cynthia from Mississippi. You gotta turn your living room down. We can hear it. Now, let me ask you this question, Cynthia. Was the brother negging you? Did he, based on what this lady described, was he negging you? Was he disrespectful in what he said to you that made you pop off? I just need to know.
I took it as disrespect.
Was his tone bad?
His tone was bad.
His tone
and
was
he
bad.
pointed his finger.
Oh.
And then he's pointing his finger.
Okay.
Like you throw somebody over there? Like you point over there? Because I'm like 3 to 6 feet away. I did when in the South what we normally do. When you come up to someone, you say, hey, how you doing? And they speak and they introduce themselves. And if you're not a part of the conversation, you back away.
You move on about your business. You done said hi.
Absolutely. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, as I drop this girl off, this wouldn't be me. But I'm not even facing them to even figure out what their conversation is. And so when he says, well, hey, you got the big ick energy, your friend over there got big ick energy because she's standing over there off to herself.
So he was antagonizing. He was antagonizing towards you.
He antagonized me.
Now my question is, let me just ask one more question, because I'm going to let you break it all the way down for us. Is he the first person to say you had big ick energy?
Yes.
Ah, this is
to my face.
To your face.
To my face.
But others may have said it behind your back.
Of course, you know, people talk about it behind the back. I have no doubt that someone said something stupid. But this is a person I did not know, and this is a person who I was not involved in their conversation. He said that to me, and I was like, okay, well, what do you mean about that? And then his aggression toward me was in explanation. What do you mean what I mean? I said what I mean, blah, blah, blah. And so we just had a moment. Now, normally, because I love my brothers, I would never publicly embarrass one or shame one. I like the chocolate. I love my brothers. I would pull them aside. But wherever you do something publicly, if you chose to do that publicly, we were in the parking lot, I'm going to give you what you gave me.
So you matched his aggression. You mirrored him.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And that's not something I like to do because I work hard at controlling what I know can be a hostile takeover if necessary.
I hear you. Now, my other question is, how did you feel about it after you got taken to that level?
I was upset with myself because I went there. I wasn't upset because of what I said to him. Because
you meant what you said.
Absolutely.
Right.
I just think that could I have done it better? Yeah. Do I think I was emotional? No, I was just angry because how dare you who don't know me, and I'm probably frustrated because I had to bring somebody to see you, simple person that you are.
Oh, you still mad? Come on, Taurus, let it go.
I'm mad at my girlfriend now.
Uh-huh.
Because she shouldn't have put me in a situation where I had to do that because it's not something I do. She didn't give me the full details, and even afterward, she was like, "Well, he was just playing with you. You didn't have to do all that." So that pissed me off too.
Okay, so let me ask you this: are you justifying you taking it to the nth degree? Are you justifying that because he was wrong, or do you find some room for you to grow in this whole situation? Like, number one, you could have walked away, right? It's not always easy to walk away, but
it is not.
Yeah, but you could have, right?
I could have. I'm not trying to justify. I was wrong for some of the words that I said to him. I was not wrong, I feel, in expressing myself. I could have expressed it better, but I didn't. And at the time, I didn't feel like I was wrong. But in hindsight, I probably could have been a little more tactful.
Right, because
what I said and how I said it.
You never know what's cracking inside a man's brain. He might have, you know, took it to another level. You know, you never know who you're dealing with, really, in my opinion, until you.
Well, you know, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. There's always a weapon of something around me, on me, or near me.
So
I wasn't really afraid of that.
Listen, don't talk about your weapons on the radio. We don't want nobody to come look for you, child. I'm trying to set you up to be accountable because you know men gonna say women ain't accountable. Look, you done apologized. You done said I could have did it different. I'm trying to set you up, and then you say you got the 38 special on you. Like I ain't worried about it.
I didn't say I had a 38. I said there's always some form of weapon. I've already had that training. I think that I think he was looking at both of us. And I'm going to be honest with you, because you know how you guys meet somebody and you give them that up and down look? That's one of the reasons why I gave him that distance, because I wasn't interested. So when I didn't respond to what apparently his gaga, because I don't grin a lot at people, because Betty Wright said you can't show your teeth to every guy you meet. Certainly not to somebody else's man.
Okay.
And so I didn't give him probably what he was looking for that she was giving a lot of. And I found that I think that I have to release her because I think that she's what I call a tag-along. When you elevate yourself to a certain place, that doesn't mean that you're lofty. That just means that if it's not protecting your peace, you got to let it go, and that includes people. Now, concerning him, I could have handled that better, but that prompted me to anger real fast. And it prompted me, one, because I felt like you gave me an up and down, and you're not here to see me. You're here to see her. She's here to see you, and I bought her.
Now,
because I'm not. Go ahead.
I'm going to give you this little piece. Gemini and Taurus are probably two of the angriest signs in the zodiac.
I have no doubt.
Because we have little tolerance for stupidity. Taurus is the mental of the physical, and Gemini is the physical of the mental. We're right next door to each other. First comes Taurus, then comes Gemini. And at the end of the day, impatience with people that are not quick on the uptake, people that don't understand, people you got to reiterate things to and constantly remind and break it down again and again. We have very little tolerance for that, especially if they don't respect the information, they don't read the room. So I'm just going to ask you this question, and I want you to be brutally honest with me, okay?
I will.
Do you think you're somewhat aggressive? And I'm talking about this, not what anybody else has to say, but your own thought process. Do you think you're somewhat assertive, somewhat aggressive, or do you feel like you're more laid back?
I'm assertive. I'm assertive in what I want. And I say what I want. Normally I'm tactful. I'm aggressive when I feel that people are attacking me. That's when my aggression comes out.
That's when the horns come out.
That's when the horns come out. I don't walk around just biting everybody's head off and just getting you told. just because I can do it don't mean I do. I have some level of control over that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you bring it directly to me, I have no other option. I can't escape. There's a wall. And now I'm thinking to myself, well, I might meet you again.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously I'm going to meet you at the grocery store. I might meet you again in the meat aisle.
Yeah.
I don't need you to come up to me with that foolishness in the meat aisle in Kroger, and I'm in the chicken wing being escorted out.
Hey, listen, my sister is a Taurus, so I totally understand.
I will give you my last, and God knows, I will go to the nth degree to help you. But I love my brothers. I just wish that if you felt that I was quiet, or you could have just said, hey, is everything all right? You kind of stand out. I would have told you, no, I'm just giving y'all the time to talk.
Right.
I don't get in people's conversations. I would have given you that. But for you to give me a title that you don't, all the thing I said was hello. You gave me that title and you tried to lower me because where you were, obviously, is where you didn't want to be. I'm not responsible for how you feel about how I present myself. That's your problem. It's not mine.
Listen here, guess what you just did, Cynthia? Do you know?
What?
You brought Mississippi in the building. Cynthia, I love you for this call. This was a great call. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. The voice of reason is on complete fire. Cynthia cooked it up. We love you, Cynthia. Where y'all at? I see Attila. You're up next. John from Mountain View. You after Attila. Y'all gonna kill. And I love the fact that Cynthia, when I pressed her about her responsibility, she took it. She took it. She was like, yep, I could have did that differently. Yep, I could have handled that differently. For me, I'm with that. Because the narrative is women are not accountable. I asked her, do you see yourself as aggressive or assertive? She said yes. So guess what? It's not a dude saying, you're aggressive, you're assertive, you don't know how to talk, you got a foul ass mouth. You know how we do. We're going to tell you straight off rip. Especially if you're encroaching upon, the boundaries and the respect levels. I think sometimes, so we second in line for real for being angry? Boy, if you don't listen, Theo, you my nephew. I'm gonna talk to you the way I talk to my son today, my youngest son. I was on his head today. I was clowning. Theo, I can't hear your voice, and I can't hear your tone. But somebody read what Theo just wrote about being second in line. Somebody read his words. That's some of the most buttercream shit I've ever heard in my life. So we're second in line in terms of being angry too? It reminds me of when my son was 3 years old. This nigga was 3 years old. He was crying because he counted out 50 toys. And he said he didn't have enough toys. And then his argument went from not having enough toys to he don't want to be the big brother no more. His little sister, hey, he don't want to be the big brother. I don't want to have to look after her. I don't want to have to pay attention. You're the big brother. I don't want to be born first. Nigga had a whole meltdown.
back. Thanks for joining me for another video. So in this week's video, I wanted to talk about assertiveness. So I get a lot of questions regarding boundaries, and I've definitely talked a lot about boundaries in a lot of my videos, but someone recently asked me, how do I be assertive when I'm dealing with either a toxic person or an unhealthy person or strong personality, someone that's manipulative, or just really how to be assertive in general, just with people, telling people what you think and how you feel and what you need out of a relationship. And so for this video, I want to give you some tips that will help you to learn more about assertiveness. So people that are often not really assertive, they tend to fear rejection. They have this belief within themselves that if I assert myself, that I'm either going to be pushy, or the stigma around being assertive with what you think and how you feel, that you would be labeled bitchy or bossy, or perhaps that you are always up against a manipulative person, a strong personality, and you fear that kind of interaction. You fear that assertiveness and standing up for yourself. So a lot of the reasons why we aren't assertive is because of that lack of self-esteem and self-confidence within ourselves. So when we're working on loving ourselves and we're working on, managing our emotions and learning how to have positive and healthy self-talk, learning how to parent ourselves, doing our affirmations, all of these little tools and tips that we're learning about, they all come together to help build our self-esteem. One of the things that I always say is, in order to really build your self-esteem and your self-confidence, you have to take action. So it's almost like showing yourself that you're worthy and that you can do it. So like with anything, the minute you accomplish something and you think to yourself, wow, I didn't think I could do that, and I did.
I believe that women are starting not to care. This assertiveness might be a product of just not caring anymore. Women had to care back in the day in order to be taken care of. They don't have to be taken care of anymore. Just hear me out. I think now it's, if I choose to, I'll do it. If I don't, I don't. It's really that simple. I think this new assertiveness that people are talking about is born out of a covert, faux, sweetness, faux empathy. If you know honey gets more than salt, and you're in a time where, well, this is the only source, I think a lot of women did a lot of covert sweetness back in the day, even when they didn't want to be sweet. And I think right now I don't have to do that. So they're being assertive. They are speaking their truth. They're standing on what they stand on. They're saying, no, I'm not going to deal with that. And I think men are having a problem with that, right? Attila says, be yourself, period. Yes, I think it's easier now for women to be themselves than it was, say, 35, 40 years ago. It was a bit harder for women to be themselves. They're coming into it, and now, generations later, they're being really assertive about what they want. And I think kindness and nurturing and all of that, they might not want to give it. Now, for the men, according to Patrick Carnes and his work on trauma bonding, it sheds light on the paradox of men being both attracted to and intimidated by women with BDE. Trauma bonding, which arises from cycles of fear, dependence, and intense connection, can cause men to idealize a woman's strength while simultaneously resenting her for it. Ugh. Ugh. For some men, a woman's independence and emotional resilience triggers subconscious fears of inadequacy rooted in unresolved childhood trauma. As Carnes suggests, these unresolved wounds can create a dynamic where men project their insecurities onto women, mistaking assertiveness for rejection or control. This paradox is further exacerbated by contrasting attachment styles. For example, an avoidantly attached man might distance himself from a woman with BDE, perceiving her strength as a threat to his autonomy, while an anxiously attached partner might feel losing her approval, right, leading to power imbalances. Emotional attunement, the capacity to understand and empathize with a partner's emotional state, can serve as a corrective force, helping both individuals transcend trauma-induced perception. This is quite interesting. This is quite interesting. I want to get somebody in here to talk. But we're up against the clock. Men, what if you have an assertive woman who's actually emotionally attuned? What if she has a high emotional IQ and can articulate that her intelligence is no threat to you? Would you listen? I think her having all of these tools are great, but I think it's more important that we as men cultivate some of these tools. We need a higher emotional IQ. Again, you have to remember, we're conditioned in this society to suppress and repress how we feel. And so it's hard for us to articulate what's going on the inside. And I think when we can't effectively articulate our emotions, we tend to make bad decisions. Is there any brother that'll disagree with me? 1-800-920-1580. Listen, when we come forward, the phone lines are cracking. We're going to talk to everybody. Some men can't handle real brown. Sir Knowledge, her intelligence only assists her man's vision. Please call in. Damn it, call in. Over 9,000 what? Don't go off on me tonight. I'm not going off. I'm not going off. I promise you, I'm not going off. Listen, please support the channel, family. Can you guys go to my Cash App? I'm asking. It's 46 people in here. If everybody could drop $2 on the Cash App. Not the people who have already done it. Not asking y'all. The people who haven't done it, the people who are in the background lurking, the people who are not commenting, can you guys go to my Cash App, $, Zoe What Netter, and everybody who hasn't supported already, drop $2 on the Cash App. Hustle is right here. I got hustle. I'm finna let Attila loose. My niece is wild. I'm finna let her go. Niggas for life. I'm gonna let her go. Cynthia already cooked. Somebody. Vanetta Colbert, you already did it. You already did it. You already did it.
If your relationship is in trouble,
Attila, no cursing.
Become your cellmate. Does black love still
You could curse in the chat, but I feel like Attila is revving up.
financial infidelity? I'm dating a bad person. Are they worth
Attila's like,
Trust me, this
I'm coming to you, Attila.
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
On that Yamaha. I got greens, beans, peas, potatoes. Women not being aware of male stress. Ismail Stress. Boy, if you don't call in.
How do you rate William so well?
So William, reason and accountability. The voice of reason.
When communicating with your spouse and they're bringing you a problem, emotional attunement, trying to understand how do I help them regulate whatever dysregulations cause them to bring this to me? How do I soothe them, maybe help them feel more calm, maybe get worked up with them, match the energy that they need from you at the same time so that you can then be on the same side. Because a lot of times we try and be on the opposite side of our partner, and when you're on the opposite side, you're going to be on the defense. But if you can fight the problem together from the same side, it works out so much better.
And see, that's the piece that goes back to Cynthia, right? We were talking to Cynthia earlier, and she was talking about how this guy, you know, kind of pulled her into a negative side. Well, that's clear right there, a lack of self-regulation. And we all struggle with it. I know, Lord knows, I struggle with it, right? Again, if somebody is triggering you and you are unable, right, to regulate your emotions, 9 times out of 10, you're going to match their energy, even if it's negative, right? Sometimes it's best to match their energy with the opposite energy so you can disengage from the situation. And I know many times if we don't learn how to do that, what tends to happen is we look forward to opportunities to actually match the negative energy that is coming from another. Listen, I struggle. I really be wanting to fire off sometimes. But, you know, as I've gotten older, I think I've gotten just a tad bit wiser. And I tend to walk away before I reach my event horizon or my point of no return. So, and it's taken many, many years for me to get to that space, and I still struggle with maintaining the peace to, you know, kind of regulate where I am. So if I could talk to Cynthia again, I would just tell her, like, even in that moment, he gave you an opportunity to see what you can work on. And like I said, I'm happy that you were able to be accountable for saying, yo, I could have did it another way. Because popping off on him, like I said in the call, we don't know who he is as a person. We don't know what he's capable of, and anything could have happened just based on you matching his energy. So self-regulation is a big one, man. That's part of being an adult, being able to regulate your own emotions. And it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. All right, let's get these callers in here. Attila from Houston, Texas is... Listen, niece, I know you ready. I know you ready to blow us. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet. Let me get out your way, niece.
I mean,
Bring clarity to the situation.
I mean, I feel some type of way about the way you just set that up, because now I feel like, you know, I gotta follow in my uncle's steps. You know what I'm saying? You said, oh, well, you know, I'm mature and, like, you know, I'm not gonna pop off. I be wanting to pop off, but I can't pop off because it's radio.
I did it because I knew you was coming.
Yeah, I know. I completely understand. I was like, he's preparing me because he know I'm amped. I'm amped over here.
Okay, go ahead. Just go ahead. Handle your scandal like a vandal.
To say this, I personally, in my own experience, where the only time I have experienced this level of interaction when it comes to the men's is men that were not ready. Men that were ready, it has never been a question. So I don't look at that as a knock against myself, being that I am a little bit more assertive. It's taken me a long time to get to this point, but I will say, even as an assertive woman, right, I recognize when I'm standing next to a powerful man. There is no question about that. Mm-hmm. So if you're mad I didn't submit to you, maybe you weren't worth submitting to. But that's neither here nor there. Second thing, yeah, I went there. Yeah. Second thing is compliance is not the same thing as someone actually giving their heart to you, right? So me giving my obedience is not the same thing as me wholeheartedly wanting to align with you. right? And so this is why you see women years later filing for divorce. Their heart was never with you, bro. And I hate to say it, I got a homeboy right now from high school. He stay picking women that don't want him. And I'll be sitting there like, Lord, you ain't even got to tell me what she look like. I already know. Because he doesn't have a full understanding of who he is and where he fits in this dynamic.
So
right?
he must be anxious, preoccupied.
Yes, I would say that, but I also would say that the mother wound is a big aspect that we're not really talking about either, right? If you've been wounded by your mother, and I have a mother wound, right? So I'm not saying this as someone who doesn't know. I need people to understand that when I speak on these things, I'm not saying this from a place of somebody who just has it great. No, like I done been through some stuff. I can't say the other word I want to say, but I've been through some stuff, right?
Right.
So in regards to the mother wound, and I think dealing with men, it's a very precarious situation to be in, because a lot of times I've found that the same arguments he's having with me, he's probably had with his mama or his baby mama or his ex-girlfriend, whoever.
Or his sister or any other woman. Right. His sister, his co-worker, everybody.
Right.
Right.
Right. And so I think when it comes to learning how to maneuver around a woman who's more assertive, if you are a man who is used to quote unquote getting your way, to me that's a indication that your prayers have been answered. So don't get mad at God for answering what you asked for. If you wanted to level up, meaning you wanted a challenge, then that's what's been delivered to you in the form of a person.
Wow. So leveling up means your woman. And challenge is a good word. It's not a bad word, right? Being able to pull you to the side and hold you accountable. An accountability partner. Someone who can actually look into your actions, your behaviors, your thought process and go, hey, this is not the best route. As the person who's the closest to you, trust me. This is good for the short term, but maybe not good for the long term. I think, do you think men are intimidated by women who come to them in that capacity, in the way that I just outlined it?
I think people in general are, because I'm like that. I'm a manifestor, right? Human design. If you know what that means, Google it. We are those people. We don't want to hear you say nothing about nothing, okay? Doesn't mean that, and it's funny because I think, like I say this as being someone who has dealt with men who are of an upper echelon or whatnot, what have you. It comes off as like, they just don't want to hear what I have to say, but I think underneath that is that sensitivity, right? So the answer to your question would be yes. I think that is something that it's a sore spot, because if your achievements and what you're doing is all attached to your wound, then I'm touching on that. And essentially, I'm saying that wound that you received in 3rd grade that told you had to do this in order to be valuable, that's null and void, right? But I think that's kind of where you have to come in and say, but you're still valuable to me. Even though you can't meet those wounds demands like your parents told you should, you're still valuable to me. So I think that there's like a give and take that can be had there. But a lot of times you don't really get there because he just offended at the fact that you peeped that he was slacking in that area.
So I think women, what do you think of this? Well, I'm going to offer you this. I'm listening to what you're saying. What if there was, and I think it already exists, I think some women have this ability to be firm yet empathetic, right? Firm yet empathetic in their critique, in their analysis, and even in their correction of their dude. Firm yet empathetic. And I think sometimes if you were raised in an environment where you didn't learn how to be that, because everything is going back to childhood when you deal with the psychology piece of it, firm yet empathetic. If you lack that, and the best way you can bring it to his attention is through condescension or criticism or devaluation or minimization, like a real man would do this. Well, your homeboy would have fixed it because I know he got tools in his car. Like, wait, hold on. You see what I'm saying? It's how you come. It's how you speak it, right? And it's two ways, right? Isn't it bi-directional? Women want men to be firm yet empathetic. when they speak to them. But I think sometimes it's not always a two-way street. What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. I mean, I've experienced that on both sides. I completely agree that you do have to be firm, but at the same time, empathetic. Yes. I will say, though, it really would kind of depend on the type of person you're dealing with. If their ego is so it's so entrenched, let's say they have yet to really integrate that shadow part, because that really is what we're talking about, is the integration of that shadow piece. If you have yet to do that and you're just kind of wilding out and acting out, you think Amanda's going to actually sit there and listen to that? No.
No.
And with wild, you'll go off on me, but you won't go off on your boss, because this is a safe space. So that's when the safe space is contaminated with dissension and regret and, you know what I'm saying, resentment, right? Like, so now we've got these other things kind of muddling the water between us. Because no matter how softly I come to you, if your ego has yet to really be integrated, like, meaning you're not aware of, oh, shoot, like, this is my ego speaking. This is not me. Like, I'm upset right now. If you can't really regulate, essentially, I'm in danger now.
See?
And that's just the truth.
Yeah.
So I would say that, yes, it goes both ways, and I think both parties need to understand that when things are out of regulation, you are essentially in a danger zone with your partner, because people can react in a myriad of ways.
Right.
And so, and I say that as someone who, in a sense, can kind of speak to certain things within a person that maybe they haven't, that you don't have to reveal it to me. I just see it.
No, I get it.
And they're like, huh? You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I think that, like, we do have to be really mindful. And sometimes it just might, I hate to say it might be worth just not saying it and holding your peace. Because some people are just not really ready for it. Even though they prayed for you, they're not ready for that answered prayer. They're not ready for the blessing that you're about to bring. So maybe it's best to just kind of drop a certain seed in their spirit and move on. Maybe that was your purpose for being in that person's life. It's just to drop that seed and keep it moving. Somebody else will water it. If you're so worried about the cyst that's got your man next,
no, my
like,
seeds is, hold on, Attila, hold on. I'm Johnny Appleseed. My seeds are priceless. I don't want nobody else watering my seed. Give me my seed back. Anyway, Attila, guess what you just did, sweetheart? Houston, Texas is in the house. If you want to bring your city in the building, you already know the protocol. The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, we're going to talk to our good friend in Mountain View, Hawaii, Pastor John. He going to wrap it. That's my seed, goddammit. Give it back. Let somebody else water their own seed. The fuck? Hey. What up, y'all? Listen, if you can, go to my Cash App. Let me look at my Cash App and see if we gotten anything during this hour. I'll be right back. We got 3. Cynthia, Indy, and I think, hold on, let me get it. We got 3. Cynthia, Indy, hold on. Cynthia, Indy, and Jackie. Thank you. We got 3 Cash Apps. If you want to go to my channel or go to my Cash App and support, I'd appreciate it. I'm urging you to go to my Cash App. The Cash App, I get it right now. I get it today, right now. Go support. The best way you know how. Go to my Cash App, $Zoe What Netter. A hustle about to be in here. Where everybody else, I need 2 more callers. 1-800-920-1580. Indy was spelled like I-N-D-Y, something like that. Live in a minute. I'm just glad you ain't put us on together. Everybody hit that like button. Like it up. Let's get the likes up. I would have went off. Hey, where you at, Theo? You laying hella low right now. Lay low is all. Uh, uh, uh. Uh, uh, uh. Uh, uh, uh. Uh, uh, uh. Laying hella low right now.
The same things that a narcissist loves about you at first, they will turn around and hate you for later on. If you're new here, I'm a diagnosed narcissist. I have narcissistic personality disorder. I say this all the time, like the things that a narcissist says that they love about you when they're love bombing you, you're so smart. It's so funny. Like you're literally the life of the party. They'll turn around 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, whenever the love bombing stops, they'll turn around and chastise you for those same things. You're not as smart as you think you are. You're not really that funny. People don't really like you, they just tolerate you. And that's because eventually the narcissist starts to hate how you make us feel about ourselves. Because no matter how hard a narcissist tries, we can't hold that, we can't mirror you forever. The same things that we love about you at the beginning, we can't hold those things up for ourselves. So we'll hate you for that because we have to work hard to mirror that, and you're naturally that way. I hope this helps.
Ooh, Lee Hammock. Why did he take off from the half-court line, did the East Bay through the legs with the blindfold on, 360 double pump? But it goes both ways. See, what I hate is the unidirectionality of all of these discussions. Some men can listen to this and be like, yeah, women do that. And then some women will listen to this conversation and go, yeah, men do that. No, we both do this, right? The both of us are guilty, both genders. This is a bi-directional behavior that human beings share. We all do that, and I just don't like it. I hear people talk about it all the time. Listen, there are female narcissists, guys. They actually exist. There are male narcissists. We know. 75% of all grandiose narcissists. But what about the number on covert narcissists? Or what they call vulnerable narcissists? Oh, we're going to keep those numbers quiet. Okay, cool. Like, we live in a toxic society, man. We have to remember that. And how it shows up is in how we relate to each other. I believe a wounded man will seek control over a woman. Did y'all hear what I said? Right? In context of tonight's show, I believe any man that hasn't done self-work will seek to control everything in his environment. That's his money, that's his job, that's his whatever he's doing, and unfortunately, that's his woman, that's his family, that's everything. I believe where there's unhealed wounds, there will be the desire to control. Okay? And in that event, or in that case, if a woman shows up as more intelligent, as more grounded spiritually, again, just like the Lee Hammock's video outlined, he's going to feel insecure about the good qualities in you. Now, Everybody want to say, yeah, brother, that's the word right there. A man who is unhealed will seek to control a woman. Same is true for a woman. When she's unhealed, she's going to seek to control him by any means necessary. Y'all know which record I'm talking about. Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott. You know the record. I don't want to say the name. Don't fail me now is what it said. Is there a clean version of it? Lord have mercy. They're going to try to control the situation. Listen, wherever there is an unhealed wound, there will be the desire for control, regardless of the gender. And I think people need to understand that. When men have a mother wound that hasn't been healed, when men have a mother wound that hasn't been dealt with, he's going to look for somebody to be like his mama. But you have to remember, although he loved mama, he loved her, he loved mama to death, there's still a resentment towards her. Why? Because he can't be like her. Look at the work of my brother, Dr. Tommy Curry, The Man Not. Go get his book, The Man Not. He explains this very clearly, right? He has a wonderful book that explains black masculinity and black manhood. The Man Not is the name of the book by Dr. Tommy Curry. Dr. Tommy Curry used to be a professor at, I believe, Texas A&M. This brother was on my show before and explaining the whole resentment that men build up because they recognize at some point in their maturation, I cannot emulate my mother. Right? We're talking about men specifically that have the mother wound. Right? Think about it. They go out, they try to find a woman that's just like her, and they begin to resent her. Listen, if he resent his mama, what makes you think he won't resent you? Same thing. Same thing, ladies. Same thing for you. If you resent your daddy, you're not going to respect your man. Right? If you came from a toxic environment, that toxicity is going to spill out into your intimate relationships. That's really how it works. That's what relationship is for. Relationship is for spiritual work. It's not just Netflix and chill. Told you guys. It's not just Thanksgiving dinners and Friendsgivings and let's go to the. It's none of that. Don't you know I can resent you at the drive-in? We at the drive-in watching Gladiator 2. But in my head, I'm like, oh my God. Oh, the entitlement. I can cut through it in the car here right now. Do you understand? It doesn't matter what we do. Who we are goes wherever. Whatever event we at, who we are is there. Let me get these callers in here, man. Y'all know I be getting riled up. John, get in here. Mountain View, Hawaii. Let's go.
Oh, mercy. Blessings, chat. This is a wonderful topic. I am glad whoever has brought this in with you. Thank you.
Sister Cynthia from the SIP brought us this topic tonight.
Well, the SIP is in the house. Blessings to the Mississippi folks. But let me go ahead and be facetious and then be real.
There we go.
You're talking about the woman in a powerful seat, right?
Yes, sir.
The one that's giving the big bald-headed energy, right?
What is bald-headed energy? Please just break it down really quick.
No, we don't want to say what that, the phallus.
I got you. Big ick energy, bald-head energy. I got you. I'm rolling.
I'm calling it bald-headed.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Unless it's covered, God bless it. But anyway, you're talking about those women, as in the boss babes and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. That if shown themselves in a shameful manner will embarrass not only themselves, but who they represent?
Keep going. I'm listening. I'm following what you're laying down. I see it.
I mean, but at the same time, again, you're talking about someone who is taking the knowledge outside of them and not the one inside of them.
Say more.
Again, you needed a degree to get to this position, but it was the university that gave you the degree. If you're the CEO of a company, was it the company you brought into existence, or was it somebody who died and gave it to you? If the marriage that you seek to be in is the one you divorced from, but you had no part in it, because you're not to be shamed for it, but you also was made rich out of it. Is that the kind of energy you're talking about? Or are we talking about, once again, that internal energy, the one that most, and let me put it to you this way, keep it short. Is it the one you got to defend, or is it the one that somebody else will defend?
No, you're not finna do. You stay right there, John. Oh, I see what you laying down, John, in a backhanded way. I see it, John. Hold tight when we come forward. John from Hawaii is going to continue this, man. It's going to be great. John John is wilding right now. John, help me understand. This is what John is saying. If I gotta whoop ass for you, you better shut your... John, is that what you're saying? If I gotta cover you, if I gotta protect you, huh? You mean at the end of the day, after all your control and all it, I got to come in and take the bullets? What you saying, John? Tell us, John. Tell us what you're saying. When we come forward, John, you got to tell us what you're saying. Make it plain, John. He's speaking to who built the company versus who controls its best interest. Come on, make it plain, John. We'll finish it on the call. Y'all know I'm trying to agitate and poke and get John to come with more. Because I know John, he's fiery. He be back, John be back there turned up. Hey, that's more than I can say for Theo, though. Theo, what's happening? You been ducking. You try to wait until to the end of the show or some shit. Huh? What's happening, Theo? Get in here and get this work, Theo. Hey, Theo, get in here and get this work. I got you, Hustle. Right after John. This is going to be back to back. We need women to balance it. Oh, but wait a minute. No. I got Nick. Let me just make sure. So, yes, it's finish John, then Hustle, then Nikki. Nikki going to wrap it up. I guarantee you, Nikki going to wrap it up in a way all y'all going to be like, all right, Queen Nikki, you got it. I guarantee you, Nikki going to wrap it up. Nikki's gonna wrap it up. Watch. She gonna food for thought y'all niggas to death. Y'all gonna be like, damn, man. You know, I wasn't even thinking like that. Okay, Nikki. Yeah. Like, we can't go on holiday. I miss my squad so much. Hey. Listen, let me see. I'm here today, tomorrow, Wednesday. Tomorrow, Dr. Pakoya is in the building with us tomorrow. Right? Dr. McCall is in the building tomorrow. That shit gonna be fire. Nigga, who is Thor's sister? What's going on? Cash App your brother. Support my channel if you can. Hey, if there's anybody in here who hasn't hit the super chat or the like button or anything, please do it right now. So she's going to be in studio tomorrow. Sister Pakoya. Going to be giving us that good game. Guess who showed up again after writing the book proposal? She wrote the book proposal and disappeared for 2 months. Guess who showed up? Oh, shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Right. I should have called this week. I talked to her today after the show. I was like, what the fuck what's your problem? Are you going to take the attachment style test? She was like, no, you're not going to shame me into taking it. You're not going to cause me to look at myself different. I said, listen, you have to. How in the fuck are you working with me and you're listening to all this? I know this shit is triggering you. And she was like, yes, I just don't want to do that. I said, yeah, you can't stay separate from the work. You got to do the work while you doing the work. I don't want to do it. The nigga literally disappeared for 2 months. I said, writing my book as I'm telling you this book, transcribing and editing, you're there in the work. This is like coaching. She was like, it's too much. Nigga literally disappeared for 2 months. In tears, typing. Say that part again. Say it one more time. The fuck? Shit crazy.
Have you ever wondered why narcissists react differently when you stand up for yourself? If you've personally dealt with narcissistic behavior, you know how confusing and frustrating it can be when their responses don't meet your expectations. Whether it's at home or at work, understanding their patterns can help us handle our relationships with them more effectively. But here's where things get interesting. See, narcissists see those who stand up for themselves as too strong, and they consider them a threat. Why? These people radiate confidence and self-reliance, living independent lives unaffected by the narcissist's nonsense. They think, act, and feel for themselves, trusting their own judgment and staying true to their positive self-image. And they don't seek validation or approval from others to navigate life. Naturally, this isn't what narcissists want in a partner for their mind games. So, when you start asserting yourself, their behavior takes a different turn. If you're curious about how exactly they react to people they consider as too strong for them, then keep watching. We'll explore some of their common responses in this video. This way, you'll be able to address them and stand firm against their manipulations. Number 1, they'll discredit the progress you've made. Once the narcissist is triggered by your strength, they will go out of their way to bring you down. They'll take every chance to point out your mistakes, flaws, or perceived shortcomings, all in an attempt to stop you from feeling good about yourself. They'll even use your past mistakes against you, holding them over your head with a sick sense of satisfaction. No matter how far you've come or how much you've changed, they'll take great lengths to find anything they can to use against you. It's their way of undermining your self-worth and self-esteem. They love dwelling on the past and refuse to acknowledge your growth and progress. Not to mention they'll do it so that no one will cast a spotlight on you. Number 2, they'll see and treat you as their adversary. When dealing with a narcissist, if they sense that you have a greater personal power than they'd prefer, a few things tend to happen. But their specific reactions can vary, depending on the type of narcissist you're dealing with. For instance, a narcissist who's fragile and more covert might initially be drawn to your strength, courage, confidence, and power. But eventually, they'll feel triggered and threatened by these qualities. Once your strong nature starts highlighting their flaws, inadequacies, or lack of integrity and moral compass, those traits they initially came to admire become problematic for them. In their mind, you become their adversary. Suddenly, you're cast as the villain, while they conveniently assume the role of the victim. This victimhood narrative is typical when dealing with a covert narcissist. They constantly position themselves as the victim, even in situations they've not only created, but also perpetuated. A more overt and grandiose narcissist will also be initially drawn to your strength and personal power. They might even find the challenge presented by your strong character to be quite captivating and irresistible. But guess what? Once they realize that you can't be easily dominated, swayed, deceived, manipulated, or controlled, that attraction will fade away. It's a...
That's heavy stuff, man. And that isn't to say that every man is a narcissist who can't deal with an assertive and strong and intelligent woman. But we live in a society that has marginalized the strength of women, right? Why are men intimidated by the strength of women? According to Taoism, softness is more powerful than strength, than brute force. This is why the Tao uses water as an example, right? Softness, right, is way more powerful than hardness. People don't understand that, right? But men just can't seem to deal with a woman that is assertive. Now, assertive is different from disrespectful, right? Assertive is different from mean and abusive and cold and avoidant. Assertive just means, no, my daddy always said, or my daddy said if I was ever in a situation and I needed to speak up for myself, I need to speak up, and I need to speak up right now. And I need to tell you how I feel. Now that I'm a woman, I live by those principles. This is what I believe in. Okay. Okay. Now, if a woman gives you that tone, and I mean, it's not laden with profanity, or it's not laden with slights. It's just, no, listen, brother, you got to hear me out here. You're not giving me the space to express myself, brother. Please allow me. She talks like that. Do most men find that offensive or aggressive or big ick energy? I'd like to know. John, Mountain View, Florida. Get in here.
I don't want to be on the Atlantic coast. The Pacific is just fine for me, sir. Now, as I stated what I just stated, I hope y'all understood what I just said.
The Pacific is peaceful.
The very same tools that we ubiquitously have to use in our possession.
Right.
I wasn't evil to you. I just said, truly, I'm on the Pacific, not the Atlantic.
Right.
These are the same tools we all got.
Right.
But at the same time, let me say it in a story. David, who was a young lad who had to face a giant, was given the king's armor to go out there and fight this Philistine.
Yes, yes. This giant Philistine. Yes. Preach, 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 preach. Yeah.
But even David and everybody knew that this armor was not built for.
My.
Ladies, we understand your aggression.
Uh-huh.
We understand your assertion.
Yes, sir.
As a man, I know it most hard. I know it most gently and also most powerfully.
Mm-hmm.
But I know this is not your tool to use.
Oh, my. Say what, sir? Say it again, sir.
Again, you have the jewel within you.
Uh-huh.
You are the pearl of great price. That is why men stand up to protect you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But in the instance you want to be out front and be the shield, unfortunately, in today's world, we're allowing you to be that.
Interesting.
And now we're seeing what you can handle. I.e., Kamala Harris, who could not wish the new president a good job and Godspeed. She fought over it.
Didn't she call him? Didn't she call President-elect Trump the night after he won? I think she called him.
She called him.
Mm-hmm.
It's normally a public display. You won, we appreciate you, do your thing, handle your business. She gave a speech the following night after she rested on it. The View. All them women on there. Perfect display of what women are not supposed to be doing in this world. You're not made for that. It is not your part. This armor don't fit you, ma'am.
Wait, go deeper. Say more. The women on The View are doing what? I need to hear this. What are they doing that they shouldn't be doing? Tell me, brother.
Why are you accusing men of their faults when we all got faults of our own? That's ubiquitous.
The human condition. I see. Yes.
But we are supposed to be for one another. You have your feelings. You have your emotions. And you're allowed to display them as much as you want to. And men still have your back during that time frame. Real men, not them men. Again, this portion of yours that you are standing at, and it's still a blessing, because you're learning the lessons as you fail, and you survive, and you go forward.
But Attila says that doesn't make us above reproach. Us as men.
It doesn't make anybody above reproach. Remember, we're still trying to understand what feelings are. Excuse me, man over here hasn't been able to doggone feel anything, and I just started at 40 or 53.
Ooh, I just got in the feeling game. What is going on, brother?
So while I stand here and feel my feelings, because I felt them the whole time. Matter of fact, when I read your stuff, I wanted to call you a 350 my time.
Ooh, don't do that, Phil. Go ahead.
I wanted to hit, man. I had words, but I had to feel all of that.
Right.
I took a whole hour drive home feeling all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a better expression at it than what I did immediately. This is where we check ourselves. That's the armor you're supposed to be wearing.
And you saying as a man, that's our armor. It's not armor for the woman to put on. Is that what you're telling me?
Again, who's the servant? Who's to be served? Put yourself in the place where you want to be. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, John, guess what you just did?
Mountain View's in the house.
Mountain View is in the building. You ain't got to agree with what he said. Hey, listen, this is a free forum. I want everybody to be able to express themselves. Listen, call in. Let me know how you feel. When we come forward, we going to Miami, Florida. Yo, hey, Attila, get back in here. Come on. Correct it. Y'all know I'm still coaching my oldest son, right? He's 27 years old. Y'all know I'm still coaching him, right? So he's a little scraped at me because he hasn't been shooting his free throws well, to my liking. Like, he missed too many free throws. He's literally an 88 to a 90% free throw shooter, but he be missing the free throws. And then he be trying to tell me, like, you know, he might miss. He might get to the line. Like, one day he was 8 of 11. I said, man, that's 3 motherfucking, listen, that's 3 missed free throws. I said, for a guard, guards don't miss free throws, bro. Like, you got to knock that shit off. So I was telling him, I said, it's about concentration. He ain't making mistakes, right? He's, Dad, some of the rims over here is bent. It's not. I said, I don't give a fuck. The rims was bent for Kyrie to create all those fucking angles. Figure that out. So they beat the best team in the league on Sunday. But New didn't have the best game. He still was his team's leading scorer, I believe. But he didn't have the best game. When I tell you, he gave me the bad service because I called his ass today. Dad, I'm gonna call you back. Dad, I'm in a bad area. Nigga, I see you. We talking right now. You not in a bad area. Dad, I'm gonna call you right back, okay? I'm in a bad area. Cause he knew I'm finna come for you, nigga. Like we good until I go, you know, I saw the game. I saw the whole game. Dad, I'm in a bad area. Son, it's hilarious. I'm gonna call you back, Dad. That's what we doing? Okay. He know I be like, I used to send him text messages because he'll see the text messages at halftime. So I'm texting. Then one day he was like, Dad, 45 texts, 45 text messages at halftime. I can't read all that, Dad. Come on, man. No clip. Okay. Hustle, you got to make it quick, though. Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR, bringing you some of the most exotic sounds, musically as well as conversationally. The Voice of Reason live on KBLA Talk 1580 in the heart of Leimert Park. You already know what it is. We still got callers. Let's get them on in here. Hustle from Miami, Florida. Let's talk about it. Here we go. Here we go. Nice and concise. Let's go. Here we go.
So we're going to start with leadership because clearly women need it out here.
Oh!
So to the sister Cynthia, just her and anybody else listening. The next time you feel offended, ask a man, did you mean to offend me? This gives them space to respond, be accountable. This is when you listen. This is when you feel. Do not go off your initial feelings. If you choose to be with that man, in that moment you are giving him a chance to lead. Allow him to lead and show you how he moves. Then you respond. Now, can we ever address this whole circumstantial submission thing? Saying that you'll be submissive to a certain man's power, how do we know your scale for power isn't broken?
Here we go.
You know, who's checking the calibration?
Hey. Okay.
And pertaining to the topic, I feel as though we're dealing with, no. I believe we're dealing with a scorned collective. We're not dealing with women who want equality. We're dealing with women who want revenge. There's a difference.
Ooh-wee.
I spoke about the ego last time. All I'll say is this. They were told masculinity was the problem instead of men. And deeper than men, they weren't told particular men. So now we all got to feel the scorn.
Hey, man. Okay, Hustle. I'm going to get with you, brother. I appreciate it. You brought what in the building?
Dade County.
Dade County. Tomorrow's topic. LDE. This one's for the men. Little ick energy.
Get ready.
Does your woman have to compensate for your lack of confidence? LDE. Are you ready for little ick energy? I know you. See, then y'all gonna disappear. The brothers ain't gonna call in when we do little D energy. I want to know if y'all go. All right, here we go. Nikki from the SIP, please wrap us. Here we go.
Just remember food for thought. I told you all before that real woman femininity shows up in the presence of manhood.
Ooh.
Real manhood. The soft of us. I told you before I had a theory. Lack of exposure to real manhood wears away that soft in a woman. If we are confronted, exposed to what Hustle was talking about more often, perhaps we will lead less with what is interpreted as aggression. When we let that God in us come first, because the love will come first, then I don't have to acquiesce women because the softness will rise to the surface. You don't have to perceive that I'm being aggressive because the king in you is showing up first. There's already love there. You won't abuse me in that space. I won't abuse you in that space if we put that God love first.
But how do we do it, Nikki?
Practice. This right here is how you do it. Practice, because we're both suffering from the same problem. We don't get the exposure in that real manhood often enough, and you don't get that softness from the womanhood often enough because we don't practice that first with each other. So I keep telling y'all, love first.
This is heavy, Nikki. Are you telling me if your mama didn't show you softness, you have to cultivate that within yourself before asking for it or trying to attract it? Talk to me.
That's right, because you cannot get blood from a turnip. And when I am not in the presence of men who open the door regularly, and then I get in the presence of one that does that, he might have to slap my hand gently, and it's not because I'm disrespecting him. I just haven't been in the presence of that manhood to remind my softness to show up. So I'm failing him, and he thinks I am trying to emasculate. That's not all the time what it is.
Wait, hold on, Nikki. Hold on. You telling me that sometimes your softness needs a jump? Is that what you're telling? Ooh, keep going.
We keep talking about stroking the ego. Stroke my damn softness.
Ooh, stroke her softness. How? Tell us how, Nikki.
Remind me with that love first, because that's part of your manhood. That's the thing that makes me want you.
Your manhood is what makes her want you. Go ahead.
Not the fallness, the manhood.
Ooh-wee.
That's separate. If the manhood shows up for me first with that love, I'm gonna get that phallus. Bet that.
Ooh. Hey, Nikki, we gotta go. Nikki from the SIP is on fire tonight. Nikki, we doing LDE tomorrow. Little Ick energy, boy. I want to see if these men show up tomorrow. Thank you so much for the call. You brought the SIP in the building. Listen, we start the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. Hey, I started. You finish it. I'll see y'all tomorrow with another slapper. Let's go. Nikki! Damn! Stroke my softness is crazy. But I will say, you got some people, if you stroke their softness, are avoidant types. Softness is intimacy. They view it as a threat. It ain't safe. Still great, yeah.
Is this a good cigar?
Hell yeah. What you talking about, boy?
I mean, I don't be knowing, you know what I'm saying? So,
Reserva Real by Nadal. Yes. This is Romeo and Juliet. Okay. Who gave you that? It's the barber pole, too.
What you call it? You know, Jesse Jackson Jr. was hosting this.
Yeah.
What you call it? His producer.
They gave you a cigar.
Yeah, gave me and Rob a cigar. Just
fly shit, man. You better come.
It's a good one, though.
It's a good one, brother. The number 9 cigar of 2023. Man, don't play with me. Come on, man. I'm about that life. Hey, we own one. Great topic today. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. I had a damn ball. I hope you guys did too. Should I do Little Dick Energy tomorrow? Should we do it? Me and Pakoya? I should call her tonight and be like, yo, I'm going to change the topic. She had a whole nother topic. Should we do LDE or should we? Y'all tell me. Let me know. All right. I'm going to holler back. I'll tap in with y'all in a little bit.